Hi class, we're doing an assignment on Foley Fun where we are going to join sound and image, stuff that somebody's already made, but we're replacing the sound with something else. To start with, after you've done your recording, we are going to jump into Premiere Elements 11, and we'll go to Video Editor and New Project. Each one of you are going to do this, even though you worked in pairs. Okay, this should pop up, and you should be in Expert mode, not Quick mode. So if it's in Quick, go to Expert. And you're going to add media to this project. Everything is going to become a project asset. So go down to Add Media and Files and Folders. From here, navigate to your own drive in For Students Out, Media Art Out, or Integrated Art Out, depending on which class you're in. We had it in Foley Fun. And to click on the first thing that you have in all your sound bites, hold down Shift, click on the last one. Again, that's click on the first one and Shift click on the last one and say Open. Now all these will become loaded into your project assets, which is a little window that can be opened and closed from here. Your sound files look like this and your video files look like this. To start with, we will drag your video file down to the video 1, audio 1 layer. And let's just temporarily close project assets. To zoom in wherever the playhead is placed, you need to click and drag on this. If you just want to see the whole thing all at once, you can click on this and it'll make it completely visible, your whole project all at once. Currently, this is highlighted. Both the video and audio are synced. We should separate them so they can be treated differently. To do so, you right click on here and say Unlink Audio and Video. Now click in this empty space in the gray on the timeline to deselect this, and so they can be treated as separate entities now. I want to maybe have this audio and I'm not sure, so I'm going to right click on it and say Unenable. You can see that it went gray, which means it's muted. Now we have to start lining up your audio clips with the video. So you can scrub along the timeline by dragging this playhead and moving it to where you think a sound should be. And we had recorded some kind of snoring sounds for this scene to make it seem like night. So let's find that up in Project Assets. We go up to here, and in order to preview these different clips, you'll notice that this one has a green dot beside it. That means it's down on the timeline. These ones don't, which means they haven't been used yet. So you can double click on these sound files to see what they sound like. It'll open up a little preview of what they are, and you can move your playhead along to see what they sound like and press the play button to listen to them. Okay, so this sound file isn't even anything. It's kind of like scrap. So let's dump it. We can press on the garbage can and that gets rid of that one. Do the next one. Let's listen. Okay, that might have been a snoring sound, so we can drag the set in point over where I'm cueing the person who's recording over to here. And so when we dump it down into the timeline, it'll just start here instead of catch that other nonsense there. And you can also set out. That's not necessary, but it could help you after. So if we close that, we can drag this down onto the timeline. You'll notice that there's like a video 2 layer, and close that for a second. There's also a video 3, audio 3 layer. Why don't I get rid of those empty tracks? I'll right click on it and I'll say delete empty tracks so that we have a bit more of a compact workspace. And if I need more audio room for things to overlap on top of each other for tracks, I can right click and add tracks too. So I'm going to add audio tracks because I know I'm not really dealing with video here. I'll add 3 extra audio tracks. After last track is fine. I can't see much of the sound that's on this file right now. One way that you can address that is by going right clicking on the timeline here and go up to track size. You can say large to see things a little bit more easily. You'll see the sound better. And if you expand some of these things, you might see little blips of sound that are involved in them as well. Now, this sounds pretty noisy. Kind of a funny snoring sound. And to adjust the dynamics of the noise of your track, you can add these things called keyframes. A keyframe is this little kite-shaped button here. So if you press this here, it'll be added to your clip where the playhead is resting. So I can put one there, and I would recommend putting in at least 4. 2 near the beginning, 2 near the end, and from here you can drag them up. If something goes up above this middle line, it's getting louder. If something goes below the middle line, it's getting quieter. So we want to take it from 0 sound all the way at the bottom, which is also 0 decibels, to an appropriate volume. So consider this mixing the quantity of noise that's in your piece. Okay, so if we scrub back, we should play it again, press spacebar to play, and that sounds a little bit more appropriate for the scene. Okay, so you can change volume of different clips, the gain and the volume in decibels, and you can even trim the footage if you have too much footage. If we are at the end of the commercial and there's just empty space or something like that, we can trim it. You hold your cursor over the right side or left side of a clip till you see that red square bracket, even on audio clips, and you drag it to reduce the length of the clip. You're trimming it. Okay, so next you go back into your project assets, you grab the next thing, you can preview it. Let's listen. Okay, that was the hippo noise, so we're going to set in here and set out here and close that. Drag this down to where the hippo is. So let's see. The hippo makes its noise here. We can even put the audio for that a little earlier than it actually happens. So we have a reason why the cat's getting close to it. Okay, that about stops right there. That's good. We also need to get things like the sound of the paper, which would be up in our project assets. So I would set out there, set in here, just that little shove of paper, and 0.5 can be brought down to here. Close my project asset, and where the playhead where he pushes that paper is about right here. So I can put that here. And the actual noise itself starts right at about there. So let's see. If it is too loud, you can bring that decibel volume down by dragging on the yellow line, even if you don't have a keyframe. That's the overall volume of the whole clip. This bar can be dragged down to make the clip a little bit bigger, in case you want to see that. And once you're happy with the result, you're going to go up to Publish and Share, and go to Computer. We choose MPEG. We change the preset to HD 720p 30. We name it appropriately. We make sure it's in the correct section in Media Art in S, or if you're in Integrated Art, you could put it there, S Foley Fun, and press Save. It'll take a little bit of time to render and complete the saving. Alright, it's almost done. Let it stay. If it hangs on 99, wait for it to finish. Do not log out. Do not shut down. And now that it's complete, we can watch them together.